Hey, welcome to a video about a tank that I hate. This is a design I made yesterday, and I absolutely hate this tank design, but I'm going to share it for you for a reason. Just the amount of hate I have for this thing. Imagine taking something truly just awful and horrendous and then making it worse. But I figured I'd give it a share. You know, maybe someone would find my design that I find horrendous actually appealing, like the boat one that I did. So I figured I'd share it to the internet and see what it is, because I also think it's pretty important to disclose things that don't make it. You know, if you just see the good stuff, you're never gonna see like the process behind it and making the bad stuff that leads up to like the good stuff. So you know, that's not a very scientific explanation, but without further ado, let's just dive in. So this is the side view right here. I just really wanted I've never made a tank before, and I finally had the tread pieces to, that just fell. So as I was saying, I never built a tank before, and I finally had the enough tread pieces to do it. So I was like, you know what, I'll take a gander. These actual tread pieces aren't too bad. It's just like this, you know, simple design with these cylinder pieces right here that I just covered up with these round things, try to make it a little more ergonomic, you know, a little more aerodynamic, you know, so because tanks need to be aerodynamic, guys. And then it just kind of just moves with these two, and these little wheels only help keep it in place. And through both these sides, you'll notice these plate systems right here, and that was just used by taking 2x4 plates and then just stacking them onto this, like, you can see the walls right here that are made there and there, so it was just stacked onto those. And then I just added some extra filler down there so I could add this on top of it to cover up the last stud. I don't even know if that made sense, but it does to me. So, and then on the back here, I just made the you know, just a little simple tank piece, tread piece, and then just slapped that bad boy on, and then just slapped that bad boy on, and that's how I got the tank. I'm most impressed with the turret, to be honest. The turret came out pretty well. I also like the color scheme that I used. They're just very dark and military, and that's part of the reason why I hate it. I'll get into that in a second. And then, you know, that's that. And then the back over here, you got like, oh man, you got some lights, and you got my setup falling down, and that falling off, and my setup falling down again. But you just got some minimal detailing going on down here. Try to add a little bit more detail. And then that's the same thing at the front with these lights over here that are covered up by the plate. And then we just got, you know, some flat detailing. It's pretty standard tank, if you ask me. So why, you might be asking, do I hate this tank design so much? And the answer is, it's not my style. It's not my thing. My thing is making fantastical science fiction things. You know, I make fantastical minifigures. I make, you know, just different out there sci-fi things, out there fantasy things. Usually blend the two together. You know, spaceships and landscapes that are in a sci-fi setting, or alien, you know, all that stuff. And I don't really like making military stuff. I only made this military thing for an idea for a MOC that's coming later that also has to do with sci-fi and fantasy stuff. That's the only reason I try to make a tank. I don't like how it looks too flat. I don't like how the actual thing turned out. I would have to revise it and make it a bit better. I think I'm gonna add more slope and then add like a second gun. I'm gonna revise this before it actually gets put into a MOC. But I figured I'd share it nonetheless. Maybe someone would get something out of it, but it just wasn't for me. You know, I like to stick to, you know, again, the sci-fi and the fantasy. But if it's for some people, it's for some people, and I'm not knocking it at all. Just not my cup of tea. And also, it looks awful, so that's why I don't like it. So, in conclusion, if you did like this video, consider subscribing, a comment, or liking, a subscribe, and doing all that stuff. And as always, don't subscribe unless you like this content, and I may see you in the next one. Bye.